Hey, welcome back in for another episode of Apprentice Football Coach's Corner here with head coach Vince Brown. I'm Chris Sawyer. Coach, we're entering week 3. Just got off your second game of the season up at Emory Henry. Ran into a little stout defense and offense there. Ended up taking the loss 63-7. But I know there's some bright spots. We'll talk about the game a little bit. But first off, how are things going? We just got you out of practice today.
Yeah, came up fresh from the field. He got me ready, refocused. It's the great thing about football. You got to get ready for the next week. And for us, we have no breaks in the schedule, so we have to re-prepare, refocus, and get ready to go. Yeah,
and that's one of the things. It's almost like a distant memory. I mean, I know you guys looked at the film and then got back in looking at Ferrum coming up. And but let's talk about the Emory Henry game just for a second. It was a whiteout. What I hear from them, so they had a big crowd going in there, but you guys jumped out quick. Was it DJ Harris?
Yeah, DJ dialed it up, perfect pick, had the momentum, came out, and I think made a big play to get our team going. From there, we just couldn't, we couldn't find the answers. Very tough team. As I said, my hats off to that coaching staff. Coach Newsom does a great job with those guys, and you see why they're transitioned out to Division II. They're guys, like I told after the post game, you can see those guys been in the weight room, and they were up for the game. Some things we wanted to do offensively, we couldn't get the ball movement, and then we had some minor mistakes. Great thing about this type of game or the previous game was it's a lot of teaching tape. Yeah. So we're not, I told the guys, we're going to clean it up, which we did on Sunday. We cleaned it up, got everything out the way, and we're going to move forward. It's a great learning lesson for us.
Yeah, and you talk about it's highs and lows of the game too. You come off a big overtime win and then a game that just didn't turn out the way you wanted to turn out. But we talked, there were some bright spots. Again, that interception, that's 2 weeks in a row you guys have had a pick six. So that being a defensive guy, I know you like to see that. Absolutely. All right, so Coach, now we put that game behind us. Now you're on the road, headed over to Ferrum. They just came off a nice win against local Christopher Newport here, and they're now 2-0 on the season. What have you seen from them, and what can you expect going over there?
Well, Coach Adams does a tremendous job. He took over, I believe he's going into his second or third year. I believe it's his second year, and he's doing a tremendous job with his staff down there. I mean, they look very prepared on tape. They look well against Christopher Newport. There was some mistakes here and there that we look to capitalize on, as always. But I know it's going to be a great contest. I know he's going to have his guys fired up. They're 2-0 right now, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. So you mentioned getting guys healthy and a quick turnaround. Talk about what it takes, your staff you have here and the trainers and Sean and his group. I mean, what you really have to do to hurry up, get them back ready to go and prepare for Ferrum.
It's tough because our guys, they work 8-hour days. Yeah. They're either in school for 8 hours or they're in class. So we don't have the break in between as a traditional college where those guys can go around lunch, right after lunch, maybe have 2 classes on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So we try to be, very careful on how we practice, how we approach. Our strength and conditioning program, my hat's off to Coach Herbert Fields. He's been here the longest, and he knows exactly what our apprentice is going to. He was a former player, and he does a tremendous job. And so we kind of monitor as a coaching staff, keep our eyes out for anything that we need to, pull back or we can push, and we got to know when to push and pull. But we're excited. Our guys are refocused. We knew the game going into ENH. They were moving up a level, so we knew it was a contest coming off a big high. Yeah. And now we just got to settle down, get back to the basics. I think when you turn on the film, you'll see our effort, missed tackles, and fundamentals of blocking wasn't there. And that's what we have to get back to, which we were successful against Brevard.
Yeah, and you're really getting the thick of things now. 3rd road game in a row, so I know the guys are used to it now. I mean, it's a routine that you got down. So yeah, I know you're ready to go. But hey, we're gonna got a special guest again, a coach's profile here, Brenden Hill.
Absolutely.
Coming from Virginia Tech, bringing some of the Beamer ball with him, and but yeah, that showed early in the season already. So we're excited to talk to him. But talk a little bit about having Coach Hill on your staff before we get into that.
A great hire. He came in, he interviewed. He blew us out with just his energy. He had a lot of energy during the interview. Spent some previous time with Coach Eldon Brown. As he's been on the Tech staff as a grad assistant, as a special assistant, worked with many guys in the NFL, and he's just overall, just for us, a great coach and a great person. He really started to build bonds with our guys from day one, and they brought into everything. Being a special teams guy from Virginia Tech in those days,
absolutely,
and still to this day. So he brings a lot of cachet, and we just love him for our program.
Well, hey, let's go meet him and talk to him. We'll be back. We'll discuss Ferrum a little bit more, and then go from there. Hey, We'll be right back with our Coaches Profile, Coach Brenden Hill. Till then, go Builders.
Go Builders.
Hey, welcome back in. We're in our Coaches Profile segment. We've got Special Teams Coordinator and Running Back Coach Brenden Hill. Coach Hill, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome in. Hey, first off, Beamer ball, right? That's what everybody says when we mention your name around here. But played at Virginia Tech for Beamer and Foster.
Yep.
And then went to Warwick High School, so you're a local guy, like a lot of these coaches here, which is pretty cool here for Apprentice. But talk about your journey through college and really getting into coaching.
Yeah, it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, so I'm very grateful to Coach VB for bringing me on to the staff, and Elton and Scorp. I've known those guys for almost 20 years, and I'm really excited to be here. And I try and call it builder ball.
Yeah.
Coach Beamer and Coach Foster were very influential on me, as they were most of my teammates, and they taught me a lot about leadership, about life, and the game of football was just a vehicle for that. So I'm excited to bring those lessons and all those coaching points to our program.
You know, what made you, well, first of all, you're talking about Brown, UVA and Virginia Tech. I guess right after Thanksgiving there'll be a little no love lost between the two of you guys. But speaking of that, what got you excited at Apprentice and got you interested in coming here and working for the program?
Yeah, so I came in and I met with head Coach Brown, and Elton and Scorpio were there. But really, once he told me the overall high-level view of what the Apprentice School is all about and how we're essentially changing lives and changing trajectories of families and different things like that, I really couldn't pass on this opportunity. I love leadership. I love helping develop young men and the future leaders. Like I said, paying it forward like so many people did for me. Tommy Riemann, Coach Foster, Coach Beamer, Coach Gentry, all those guys that are Hall of Fame coaches, they were very influential on me. So once I got to meet Coach Brown and he told me a little bit about what his goals were and what he was trying to do and what we're trying to do here, it was an easy sell for me.
Yeah, and let's talk about the play so far. I mean, everyone says defense wins games, but special teams can win ball games too. And we look back at the overtime win against Brevard. I mean, we hit those two field goals, and then you guys covered well on the kicks and stuff. But talk about the play so far, that and the running backs.
Yeah, so in terms of special teams, we try and what I learned from Coach Beamer is you put your best guys and guys that want to be on special teams. When you make it a priority, and I think that's what head Coach Brown did by bringing me on and designating me the special teams coordinator, is he put an emphasis on this is an important part of the game, and our kids understand that. They understand that there's 3 phases of the game, and we're going to play each of them to the best of our ability, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. The Brevard game was a great example of that. Jeremiah, you talk about a kid who has to punt and kick. We attempted some, school records, broke some school records in game 1. So I was really excited for him and loved the way he performed. And even in our return game, Leland Gertie, he had a 30-yard return to set up, some points for us. So we're going to, study that side of the field in every game. We're going to go into every game and see what opportunities we have to really flip the field. And we always talk about hidden yardage, things like that in football. So I appreciate Coach Brown, giving me that task, and I don't take it lightly. As far as the running backs, we have a great room. Gabe Tejada, Tashad Banks, Lawrence, all my guys, they're eager to play. They're all unselfish. Some of those guys play special teams for me, return kicks and things like that. So I'm really excited about just overall being around this group. When we get to travel up and down the road and you just get to spend time getting to know them, and I was once in their position being a young man with the rest of my life in front of me, and just being able to pour into them, even if it's not football or even if it's taking the lessons we learned in the game into real life. I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm super grateful to be here.
We were talking to Coach Brown about being on the road. It's your 3rd road game in a row. How is that as you progressed each game? Or is it becoming a more tight-fit unit with everybody? Because it's a business trip, but they're spending so much time together.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think that's where chemistry comes together, and Coach Brown is very regimented in terms of his organization, the way we travel, and the professionalism that we travel in. And I think getting our kids outside of their environment. Last week we went to University of Virginia.
Yeah, right.
This week I think we're going to have an opportunity to go to Virginia Tech and practice up there. Okay. So getting our kids, we went to North Carolina A&T the first game. So getting our kids outside of their environment, but still teaching them, hey, you know, there's a way you can conduct yourself. It's a way that you treat people and staff and things like that. I think there's always a lesson to be learned in just those opportunities. So we've kind of looked at it like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's get out of our box, our environment, and let's still cultivate our character and really put a stamp on who the builders want to be and how people look at us when we travel. So.
Well, Coach, we're glad you're here. Yeah. Glad you're back home in the 757, taking care of the guys here. But best of luck to you. We'll be out at every game seeing it. But hey, Coach Brenden Hill here, special teams coordinator, running back coach. Thanks for joining us, Coach. We'll be right back with Coach Brown. Go Builders. All right, Coach. Well, here we go. Going to Ferrum. We talked about it a little bit in the opening, but your final assessments, your thoughts as you guys get ready to hop on that bus again and head west.
Well, I know that Coach Adams is going to have Ferrum prepared. You know, they're a good team. They're right in the mix. You know, we're getting the best of the best early on in the schedule. And I told my guys, we have to be mentally prepared for this. Is travel well, prepare well, get into your playbooks, you know, get into your scouting reports, and let's just go play football and have fun. If our guys execute and do what what we teach them to do, then I believe we're gonna, you know, have a great contest.
Well, again, everybody, check it out on GoBuilders.com, Coach. It'll be live streamed again, just like all your games. We're hoping to have the Apprentice radio that day too, so check that out for all the updates. And you know, we'll talk to you again before and after the game as well. Hopefully at halftime, it will get you. And got to thank everybody one more time, Coach. We last show was our best one yet, viewer-wise. Thank you to all the Builder fans, parents, fans, everybody for watching. Glad I get to do this with you, and good luck at Ferrum.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, hey, go Builders.
Build a nation.